What would you say is your favorite feature?
Oh, Carly, you're gonna
to
get me in trouble here. Okay. No, I mean features across the board, because I do dabble in a lot of marketing automation platforms. So I mean, you'll have something very specific, like the chatbot feature in Marketo is new and upcoming, and it's something that it's a lot of fun to dive into to bring to the next level. But what's the broader sort of interest here? I think my favorite is the target audience. It's the communication driver that is helping us get from point A to point B, and that is realized when we have a refined target audience that we can then hyper-personalized target to. So it's that one-to-many approach that we can scale up against. So I think that's for me. But honestly, what about you? I don't think I've ever asked you what your favorite feature is.
Well, I don't have as many systems. I don't have as broad experience across systems as you do. So I haven't been hands-on with lead lifecycle, but from what I've heard about it, is a super powerful tool.
Yeah.
I always said Program Builder, which has turned into Program Canvas in Eloqua. Mm-hmm. I always said you could take over the world with it, because it felt like there wasn't anything that couldn't be. Whenever there was a situation where you'd say, I'm not sure if the system can do that, Program Canvas would be the answer to how to get it done. And I love when there's a piece of the system that is customizable enough that you can use it in ways that maybe the company didn't even realize. Who developed it didn't realize that customers would be using it in that way. And that's what I love too about the marketing automation community, because I think it's a lot of people who like to, as you said, think outside the box, aren't afraid to try new things in the technology, and are passionate enough about it to say, I'm not going to say no. I'm going to figure out how to make this work.
Exactly right. And the Canvas, I love that about Eloqua, and it is not replicated, but it is in other platforms in its own right. So you've got sort of the Pardot Engagement Studio, and you've got even Adobe Marketo Engage, looking at different ways of making sort of that Canvas style approach to their smart campaigns and flow steps. So everyone's thinking, what's the best way to understand the logic of what we do when we think automation? And HubSpot had it pretty much with their workflows right from the start, but just that overall sense of what am I mapping here? And so it's not just a 1 or 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 like in Marketo, but it's actually a visual diagram of this bucket of people moves in this direction to receive this email, and it changes the conversation. You can talk to people at a higher level that aren't necessarily in the systems and still understand the process, the strategy, the outcomes. So I think it's a great tool.
Right. And it brings me back to our conversations that we had internally when we were creating the marketing automation platform comparison guide, because it was kind of like the super strengths of each platform. And what if, as a team, I think we all kind of felt like, what if we could take the best of every platform and mesh it together into one? But that sort of visual flow was something that, everybody sort of stood by their platform, but everybody said, I do like that visual flow.
Yeah.
It makes things easier.